the basics. I'm literally going to call this the basics of healthcare. All right. When I am using Chinese metaphysics, let me just give you a little bit of background there. When Chinese metaphysics and health is synonymous to one another, you really cannot take the two apart. And the reason for that is that health is part of the metaphysical umbrella. It is part of how we would investigate that which is not just physical. So meta means more, and physics means that which can be quantified in a way. Excuse me. So metaphysics, sorry guys, let me just get a bit of so metaphysics means more than what we can quantify. So under the umbrella of metaphysics, we have different arts, different schools, different tools, different modalities, different everything. But in a nutshell, metaphysics is everything which is more than what we can quantify only by looking and seeing and observing with our five senses. So therefore, when I started out with healthcare specifically, I realized at one point that there was a limitation, that there was a gap between what I could quantify and what I could perceive could be quantified. I've been doing this work of Chinese metaphysics for a couple of years, okay? But before that, I was in whole healthcare. And the whole healthcare drive came about from a young age, always questioning, never accepting the status quo, always going to look for the more, going on an exploration. So for those of you that have not met me yet, my name is Estie Matthias. I am a healthcare practitioner, and my full title is CBP Parama Body Talk Practitioner. So a certified body talk practitioner practicing Parama Body Talk. It's a mouthful. And I'm also a qualified naturopath, as well as a life transformation coach, a practitioner in Chinese metaphysics, a consultant in metaphysics. So it's absolutely a pleasure for me to be here and share with you information which I have been working on for many years and I have been using in my clinical experience. So please do click on my Telegram channel. You can see I'm going to be sharing my screen. My apologies. There we go. You can see my slide right now, and my QR code is on there. So please do invite your friends as well to join me. Right, so underneath the auspices of Chinese metaphysics are a couple of tools. And the first one that I want to highlight for you is Bazi, which literally deals with bringing to awareness something relating to how the energy at the time, the day, the hour, the year that you were born was encapsulated into you. So your Bazi chart is just a snapshot. It is literally just a photograph of the time when you were born. It cannot show us what is happening right now just from your natal perspective. It can show us the tendencies, but in order to see what is happening now, you have to take the current picture and overlap it. So Bazi chart is going to be the tool that we are going to be using tonight to look into healthcare. But under the umbrella of Chinese metaphysics is also Qimendunjia, which specifically deals with strategizing, with planning, with looking at what is the right chess moves to play in any kind of situation. From the I Ching perspective, we get answers, we get wisdom, we get tools with which we can derive answers. Now, a lot of people might think that divination is similar to, let's call it tarot card reading, okay? And there are so many different ways with which you can divine, that you can get answers. Few of them has withstood the test of time without the, let's call it, interference by people and influence by people as the I Ching, not the I Ching, okay? Big difference. I Ching is the interpretation of the I Ching. So the I Ching is much, much older than the I Ching, because I Ching is just people's explanations of what the I Ching is trying to talk about. But I will deal with that in another lesson or another talk, because this is an introductory talk about health and we're not going to be looking at I Ching tonight. Then the fourth part of that is the Shen Kong Dagua Feng Shui. Now, underneath the school of Feng Shui, you've got multiple disciplines. You've got many different schools, you've got many differing opinions, and I'm also just going to use a tiny little bit of that in order to help you when it comes to your healthcare specifics. So, just because tonight's sharing is simple does not mean it is effective, because inside your body is already a wisdom. There is a wisdom that knows that when you cut yourself, it is going to heal. It is going to bring about that healing from inside. What can stop that healing is very often traumas, emotional baggage, emotional scarring, as well as a couple of other figures. But right now, I'm not going to go there because my job is to show you your Bazi and how that is going to help you as a, let's call it a newbie, a new beginning person, just learning about this for the first time. That is my focus, okay? So, back to my screen share, and I want you to, when you look at this screen, first and foremost, put out of your mind that an element refers to the actual physical wood, the actual physical fire, the actual physical water, or the actual physical earth. Because when we are looking at it from that perspective, it limits our expression of how we could potentially be. Because remember, metaphysics means that which is more than the physical. So Mercury element, or the Mercury planet, planet Mercury refers to the water element, or the water element refers to Mercury. Please take a screenshot of that because I'm going to be talking you through that. Okay. So the Mercury or water element, a lot of people would think water is water, but water is never just water. Water has different ways with which it can express itself. And the planet Mercury was seen as that which could express itself in different ways. It also relates directly to our intellectual capacities, capabilities, and our curiosities, as well as our misinterpretation. So when there is an absence or an overexpression of water element within your snapshot, that photograph, or in this current timeline, water element, there is going to be something which is going to go out of balance relating to the intellectual, the curiosity, maybe some misinterpretations, okay? So just because I haven't got water element or I've got too much water element doesn't mean I have to go and swim in the sea or I have to drink more water. Okay. It means I have to take certain actions relating to intellectual development, and it is also possible that the curiosity might need to be reawakened again. Okay. So then the second one, which I shared with you here, is about Venus, and that refers to the metal element, and that deals very much with our harmony, our social interaction. It deals with how we interact with people. So if your metal element is really high or really low, it might mean that you are either in harmonious relationships with other people, or you feel there's a disconnect. Something is just not coming together. So actions relate to elements, relate to planets. So I'm not going to ever or very seldom tell you to go and put down a water activation if there isn't a reason for you to be spending time there to look at something intellectual, to get your juices in your brain going. Okay. Next one, fire element. Are you guys enjoying this? Type a 1 for me in the chat box if you like what I'm talking about. Okay. Right. Awesome. Good afternoon, Mega. I'm happy to see you here too. Okay. So remember my chat box here and there, it's everywhere. So just bear with it, okay? So when we are dealing with the Mars, planet Mars, Mars is between us and Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is coming next, but Jupiter is about growth and expansion. That is wood element. But Mars is about the fire element. And fire element is the energy which is going to be dominating the next 20 years. So we started this year in a wood cycle, in a wood dragon. And wood element says, I want to grow, I want to expand, but I might have some unrealistic expectations relating to my growth. Why? Because I'm sitting underneath fire. And fire element is talking about challenges. It is talking about aggression. Fire element is also the only element that can transform all the others. So a fire can be a tiny little candle, or it can be this raging bushfire that just devours everything. I'm sure you guys have seen those, oh my word, those people, you know, they just need to evacuate. There's smoke, there's heat, there's too much stuff. So fire can become exceptionally out of bounds, out of limits, which means right now, this first 6 months that we are going into period 9, which is fire, is going to be full of these challenges. It's going to be full of this aggression. It is going to be full of people trying to bring you down, to burn you up, right? So I've looked at the wood element, which is growth, expansion, unrealistic expectations, which links to Jupiter influence. Now, Saturn links to the Earth element, or Earth element links to the Saturn planet, planet Saturn, and that deals with order, discipline, regulations, rules, the mother figure. Okay, in the 10 profiles, we would call that the direct officer. Okay, that is your rules. That is your mommy. That is like, no, you will not do this. So what happened during 2020 is that Jupiter and Saturn came head to head with one another in the sky, and they were very close to one another, and they started another cycle which set in motion this entire period 9. So that already happened in December 2020. Now, when you cast your mind back, what happened after that is we had the pandemic, we had everything started changing, people started working from home, the entire landscape of everything started to change, right? So, let me give you my next slide. So here I just did a quick little, let's call it, caricature of somebody else is asking me if I started the meeting, and I'm like, oh my goodness, guys. It seems, let me just quickly send that to her. There we go. Right. So I did a quick little caricature for you, a little what is sportprentjie? Nice diagram. Thanks, Mega. A quick illustration to give you a little bit of the humorous side of what the planets could also be regulating, the other actions which the planets regulate. So bearing in mind, I'm not wanting you to look at the elements. I want you to look at this from the perspective of the action that needs to be taken. So if I am saying that there is more curiosity needed, more harmony needed, more challenges are needed, more growth is needed, order, change, inspiration, it is all underneath the auspices of the elements as well. Okay, so let's get to the next one, because guys, really I want to share with you about health. So sensory perceptions can sometimes be seen from the chart, from your Buzzy chart, but it is up to each and every single individual how they are actually going to be experiencing their sensory perceptors, because no two people have the same experiences when it comes to how they feel about stuff, because of the different makeups of their elements. Something else which also falls under metaphysics is our diet. And I don't know how many of you are aware of your blood type, but if you were O blood type, you would be safe eating chestnuts versus somebody who has got B blood type. Chestnuts, yes. The AB group would find chestnuts, for instance, very beneficial. And for the rest, it would be neutral. It would just be a food. So what nut would be the most beneficial for O blood type would be pumpkin seeds and walnuts. So Marlisa, if you love peanuts, I hope that you do not have O blood type. Because if you love peanuts and you have O blood type, the enzymes inside your blood is not going to actually be able to work through those peanuts. And your blood is going to become thicker, which now means that innate wisdom within your body is going to have a harder time getting through your blood vessels because it's been made thick by something which is poisonous to it. Is that interesting, guys? Okay. So sometimes we don't realize that invariably we are eating something that is causing our innate ability to heal to become slow, to become sluggish. And what happens as a result of that is that our immune system starts to drop. And our resistance to the, let's call it the bad bugs, okay? Because not all bugs are bad. There's good bugs, there's bad bugs. So our resistance to those bacteria, the funguses, the viruses becomes lower and lower and lower because we are not eating the food which is beneficial for our own metabolic rate and expansion. Now, I'm pretty sure that all of you are going to want to know, what food can I eat to lose weight? What food can I eat to gain weight? So I've done a little bit of a quick snapshot for you on O blood type. If you want to gain weight, please eat more sweet corn, kidney beans, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower. If you want to lose weight, please eat more seafood, iodized salt, liver, red meat, spinach, and broccoli. If you have A blood type A, if you want to gain weight, you've got to have a little bit more meat and dairy, kidney beans, lima beans, and wheat. But if you want to lose weight, to drop down a couple of kilos in record time, you want to do a little bit more vegetable oils, soya foods. Interesting, okay? There's only one blood type that can actually digest soya, and that is the A blood type. Some vegetables and pineapples. Interesting, right? Luckily, I love the foods that leads to lose weight. Well done, Marley. So you see, you were already tuning into your body. But that is what I want to encourage you. Instead of just looking at health from charts, I want you to start learning how to listen to your bodies as well. Because it's one thing if I teach you how to read your health from a chart, but, you know, at some point you're going to have to start trusting that your body also knows some things. So I hope you guys like that little slide there. Right, so let's get into our Batsy chart. I think I see we've got some more guests. Simone, hello, Simone. Thanks for joining us. My apologies once again for Facebook driving me a little bit kookalooks tonight, but you know, at least hopefully it will get recorded and be posted. Okay, so first and foremost, please plot your Batsy chart if you do not have one yet. And remember what I said to you. Your Batsy chart is a snapshot of when you were born. So we need to look at that from the perspective of how this is changing to the current time, which is wood and fire, right? So type a 1 for me in the chat box if you guys are ready to proceed, if you all have your Batsy charts, right? Okay, everybody got their charts? So far, so good. Anybody does not have a chart, I'll give you like 5 more seconds. And don't worry if you don't have your chart right now, okay? You all got your charts, guys? Type a 1 for me in the chat box if you've got your chart. Okay. All right, so my next slide, there we go. Right, so once you have plotted your chart, it is going to look something like this. This is just an example of a Buzzy chart. This is not your own birth chart. It is just an example of a chart. So we are going to kind of ignore everything which I'm telling you as a diagnosis. This is not a diagnosis. This is merely informative. You cannot take your Batsy health, which I'm sharing with you tonight, and not want to go to the doctor. Your doctor or your healthcare practitioner has been trained to look at it from a different perspective. You might be able to gain some insights from your Buzzy chart, but you are never, ever, ever going to self-diagnose and self-medicate, okay? So in a nutshell, Buzzy means 8 characters or 8 pillars of destiny. But we're not going to look at all of them tonight because we are wanting to specifically focus on the area relating to health, and that is the element in the top of your day pillar as well as the animal in the bottom of the day pillar. Now, so many people are asked on my Daily Meta Talk channel this morning, what is your day master? And people came back and said to me the animal sign was their day master. First and foremost, your day master refers to the element in the top section of the day pillar. Yeah. Only there. Nowhere else. Okay? If it's anywhere else, it is not your day master. It is something else. It's another element. It also does not relate to this part here at the bottom. Your day pillar is the entire thing, but your day master is only that element. Okay? Everybody all right with that? So I can continue. Now, in terms of your day master, during certain months, your day master is going to be weaker, and during certain months, your day master is going to be stronger. So, for instance, right now we are in the month of February. So, can you please tell me in the chat box which of the day masters are going to be stronger during the month of February? Oops, my bad, sorry. Yeah. Wood and fire. Absolutely. Yes. Now, for earth, metal, and water day masters, they are going to be weaker. Why? Because right now, during the month of February, March, and April, we are in what is referred to as the wood cycle. So February, March, and April is the wood cycle, okay? I've got a squiggly pen here on my screen, okay? Very, very squiggly pen. So February, March, and April is wood season, wood cycle, spring season. Many different names, same thing. So after spring usually comes summer. So look at what is going to happen to the wood element or the wood day master during the spring cycle. So where they were strong, now all of a sudden they go weak, fire remains strong. And then all of a sudden, the Earth Day Masters start to rise and become stronger. Don't worry if you don't understand which one is which yet. As long as you can see, my Day Master is this, okay? Are you all clear with your Day Master? So my apologies. I did not actually spend a little bit more time there. So are you all clear as to what your Day Master is? Please type it for me into the chat box right now. And remember, Day Master is going to be one word. It can either be Jia, Yi, Bing, Ding, Wu, Ji, Gen, Sin, Rin, Gui. Either one of them. Gen metal. Okay. Mega, Marlisa, are you guys clear what your Day Master is? Ding, fire, wonderful. Wu, earth, wonderful. Bing. Okay. Right. Okay. So it seems that you guys are clear. Phew. Thank goodness for that. My apologies. Okay. So during different seasons, different cycles, different Day Masters will be stronger. So from a health perspective, what you want to do is quickly go, what is going to be my strong months? Those are the months that I'm going to be able to push my body a little bit more, stay up a little bit longer, maybe have 1 day a week takeaways, okay? Especially if you've got the pig this year, you want to have a little bit more good food. But if you see, my Day Master is a little bit weak, that month, that cycle, you want to just maybe take it a little bit easier, eat healthier food, drink more water, get to bed earlier, rest a little bit more. Don't strain the body. Common sense, right? So you can go through that. So February, March, and April is spring. May, June, and July is summer. August, September, and October is metal. It's autumn months. And then your winter seasons is your November, December, and January. Okay, right. Now, something else which very few people know is that the body also has its own rhythm. So not only is it going through months of cycles, but every day, remember the slide? It's got cycles, okay, for the months, but every day it also has the different 5 elements at play within the body, because each one of the elements refers to a particular part within the body. This is your traditional Chinese medicine clock. So from the 5 elements perspective, we can link it into specific organs, but we also need to be mindful that at certain times in your body, there will be more dominant of one of the elements. Now, if you are constantly waking up, some people keep waking up between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock, and they need to go to the loo and constantly need to go to the loo and keep on waking up and they can't sleep. It might relate to either the fire element or the water element, which is needing a little bit of attention. So also just bring that into your awareness, because Bazi is all about awareness of that which is more than what I am currently aware of. So I'm not going to go through this entire ring with you because I'm pretty sure that most of you will be able to read. But one thing that is very important for me is that come 11 o'clock at night, I need you to be sleeping. Be in your bed, be quiet, breathe, just be. Because if your gallbladder does not process what has happened in all the hours that your body has been awake. It is going to carry on forward into that intellectual department known as your mind, and it's going to eventually drive you into sleepless nights, worries, confusions. It's a vicious cycle. You break one keg, one spike in this wheel, and you put the entire wheel at risk. So 11 o'clock, latest, in bed, switch off, be quiet. You can chat to your husband, you can chat to your wife, you can do what, but no screens, okay? This one, I have seen it so many times in this clinic over the last 30 years. People take screens to bed, a TV in the bedroom, they can't sleep, they have nightmares, and the brain just doesn't switch off. Okay. This one you might not be familiar with, relating to what I'm going to say now. Before I continue, this is called the illness star. That does not mean ill like as in bad health, although it could. So please type for me in the chat box, what is the animal sign in your year pillar? Please note the year pillar now is being questioned right here. Snake, rooster, tiger. Hi, Martin. Welcome. Horse, rooster. Hello, Sanjay. Monkey. No wonder I feel a bit unwell. Isn't it nice to see this, Marlisa? Otherwise, you would have probably, wondered what is going on. Right. Now, what happens is that during the month, I'm going to just quickly take the last person that answered here, monkey. Right. So this person has monkey in their year pillar. So let's go and find monkey. Here's monkey. Right. Monkey is there. Now, during the day, the hour, the month, the year, the luck cycle of goat. Do I know when it is? Maybe, maybe not. So isn't your job maybe to find out when is the goat going to be the most active? And during those times, you would want to be aware that you don't do something that puts your physical health at risk. Is that common sense or is that not common sense, guys? It's going to be worse for a monkey born in the year of the monkey. It's going to be much worse during the month of goat and or the year of goat. Smaller during the hour of goat and smaller on the day of goat. So your biggest impact is the year of goat arrives to the person who has monkey in their year pillar. That year, that monkey-born person is going to have to look after his or her health much, much more. So going back down to a month, during the month of goat, this person might be more susceptible to colds and flus and infections and goodness knows what else, right? On the day of goat, it's possible that there is a very low immune system at play, and during the hour of goat is when I will just pull the hoodie over my head and climb under the table. Okay. So you always take it from what is going to be the bigger picture, bring it smaller, 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 and at that specific point, you can pinpoint it that something will happen that will trigger the body into a reactive response to something from the environment. Of course, there's another layer to this, right? On first glance, you guys are going to tell me, but the charts are the same. No, they are not. Now I want you to look at your month animal sign and type it in for me in the chat box. What is the animal sign in the month color? Rabbit, rooster, goat. Can you see that it's a different animal sign than the one that was in your year pillar? Goat, snake, okay. Nobody's got monkey in the month, because monkey and tiger would have a right royal field day right now. Okay, so now I'm going to take the last person who answered me here, snake. So let's go to the snake. Where is my snake? There. So Lynn, can you see this? Whoops, nice and skew, right? Let's just erase that. Can you see dragon? Yes. So this month, snake is not going to have, or the day master next to snake. Remember, we are dealing with the day master, okay? So the day master is now going to feel that the help is available, that there is something supporting it indirectly through the health profile which appears from the month. So your day master is responsible for your health, but your day master does not exist in a vacuum. It comes with the month. Day master also snake. Fantastic. So it comes, snake in the month is affecting the day master. In this case, it is also snake. So it has got a double help, right? So your heavenly doctor star says there is help available. You feel stronger. You get the help that you need. Okay, anybody who needs me to help them to identify, or are you guys all clear? I'm going to take one other person or one other example, and I want you to look at this. Okay, Mega, what is your month animal sign, Mega? Goat. Okay, so Mega has got goat. So during the month of horse, on the day of horse, in the hour of horse, you might find that somebody gives you some advice relating to your health, which is beneficial for you. Now, your day is not goat. Your month is goat, but your month animal sign gives the advice through to the day master. So this is my outside world. This is my inside world. My inside world is not feeling so well. So my outside world, which is goat, now meets with the horse month, the horse day, the horse hour, the horse doctor, the horse professional. Somebody must have goat in their chart. That can also be the horse will appear in the person's chart that is giving you that advice, right? Lynn says, I And last two for I just joined. Is it each time I see dragon that day or month will be my heavenly doctor star? Yes, Lynn, absolutely. But now I've gone one step further. So you might want to plot your friend's charts and say, does this person have horse in their chart? I'm back with Mega, right? I'm back with Mega. Mega, you might. No. You have goat. Mega, you have goat. You need to see horse to get the solution. You're not going to look, you haven't got horse. You need to bring horse in to give goat the solution so goat can take it to the inside you, your health palace, which is inside, which is day master. Okay? So your goat needs to find horse friend, horse day, horse hour. Okay. Okay, Marlisa, I see as a rabbit month, I need to see if my doctor has tiger in the chart. You can. But let's say, for instance, let me go and answer your question there on rabbit. So rabbit, right. So rabbit, during the month of tiger, you are most likely finding solutions to your health problems. Now, I wonder what you're doing over here. Isn't this kind of like solutions? I wonder, right? Do you see how it works? So somebody appears during the month, on the day, in the hour. It's quite cool, don't you think? Now, that could be called synergy, or it can mean you were at the right place at the right time to get the right advice so you can stop worrying and you maybe you can just start to adjust your diet and then start learning a little bit more instead of going, oh, I must only do this, I must only do this. Right. Martine, horse can be month, day, hour, or person. Yes, Martine, it can. But the horse can also appear in different sectors of that person's chart. Okay? So if it appears in the day pillar, this person is going to be helpful for your health relationship-wise. Your relationship might be taking some strain. That person can give you the right advice to put your relationship straight. If it's in the month, maybe it can also be some health related advice to, you know what, if you sit so slouched forward in front of the computer, maybe your back is going to get sore. Just sit up straight. That is also relating to your work. So different things. Don't just go, it's got to be this, it's got to be this. Right. Malisa's asking, can we do that by visiting doctor on the heavenly doctor sign? Like as a rabbit, I go visit the doctor on tiger day or tiger hour. Malisa, yes, if that is, if it works for you, yes, absolutely. You might find that you get quicker help, you get the better treatment options as well. No, Lynn, I previously shared another slide. You need to look at your day master in relation to health. So that's about 3 or 4 slides ago already. So we look at our day pillar. We look at our day master in terms of health. So this is just a little bit extra. When it comes to the illness star, you would look at the year pillar. When it comes to health related stuff, to find the right advice, to find the right person, you would look at it from the month perspective. Okay, next one. 5 elements. This is where you guys need to hang on. And don't ask me lots of stories about if it means this, if this is happening, what does this mean? I am not going to answer those questions. This is a general discussion. So yeah, I don't want you guys to give me this is happening in your chart, because this is going to be available for the public, and this is going to be personal information which I do not want you guys to share now. Okay, you're going to look what I'm explaining, and you're going to work out the solutions as I'm giving them to you. So when we're looking at our 5 elements, we need to look at the relationship between the lowest and the highest, between the natal and the annual charts expressions. Now, have a look at which one of your 5 elements is hitting 100% this year. That is the pink or the purple one that hits 100%. This one in this chart is hitting 100%. If you've got nothing that is hitting 100%, go and look at the one that is going the highest. From the annual perspective, you will see that sometimes that might be another element. This can be water, it can be wood, it can be metal, it can be earth, or it can be fire. Your chart is going to look different than this chart. Everybody's chart is going to look different. Because remember what I said to you, you've got a snapshot at birth. That is your yellow section in your chart on page 2. Now this year, you've got a pink snapshot, and we are now comparing pink and yellow to one another to see what is its interaction with one another. What is going to skew? What is going to be pulled out of its brackets? How is this going to interact? Can I say this chart sample has both natal and annual hit 100? Absolutely, Lynn, and that's why I picked it. Because not everybody will have something as drastic as this. But this is a good illustrative chart for me to show you that different charts can have different things, but sometimes, both from the natal and the annual perspective, this person is already health challenged. What would happen is if the natal and the annual both have the same expression of 100% or very, very high, hitting 100% is critical, okay? Then you really need to book a consultation with me immediately, because then you are in a little bit of danger if you don't yet know it. If you have not yet worked on it or started treatments on that, then consider getting getting some treatment. Okay. So when natal is at 100%, or very high percentage, it is putting your body's organs at risk. During the year, something else might be more at risk, but it might not be as devastating. It might be calmer, although if it does not get sorted out, it is going to ripple through the pillars until it gets to the natal part and clash that natal part out. So there is a sequence to this, but I will deal with that in my upcoming class. I will tell you guys more about that at the end of it. If you are interested, please consider joining that. But for right now, I just want you to look at that. Now, where it's just a question, is that why during COVID, for example, those who has both the same high percentage interprets are the ones who were badly affected? Can I plead the Fifth Amendment on that? Not necessarily. That was not my clinical experience here in South Africa. It was, there was other stuff at play there. Okay. So no, you can't. Again, I'm going to fall back onto that thing of this is not diagnostic. It is informative. Okay. So no, there was other stuff at play there, but it certainly would have compromised people's immune systems for sure. Right. Now, you've seen which element is in danger, which element is potentially going to go into a danger zone for this year. Now I want you to look at your life gua sector. Your life gua is this big number on page 1. Next to that, you will see a number and you will see a sector. Okay. Now you guys can type in there, because the reason I didn't want you to type your answers into the chat box earlier was because if people see what your health issues are, there's, let's call it, this fire element can become disruptive. Okay, so just, yeah, right. Type for me into the chat box, what is your life gua sector, please, guys? 4. Right. Number 4, southeast, wood element. Number 4, again, wood element. Number 2, southwest, earth element. Okay. Number 9, fire element. Number 5, Mega. For ladies, gua 5. For males, gua 5. Depending on what you were born as. Okay, if you were born a lady, you would use gua 8. If you were born a guy, you would use gua 2. Because gua 5 is in the center of the house and it doesn't have rotation ability. Right? Anybody else? Nobody else wants to share their gua numbers with me? Okay. Because this is going to get quite exciting when you see what is visiting you this year. So, right. So, let's quickly go with 9. The last answer I had you was 9. Okay, I'll go with Mega. Okay, Mega. So, now we know you are earth element, right? A 2, 5, and an 8 stays earth element. So when you are then looking at your life gua number, your sector, you need to now pay attention to yet another layer of information which can potentially come and influence your health. And that is the other flying stars coming into your sector, your life sector this year. I see my slides have done its own little magic here and gone everywhere. So your life gua sector is here on the left. You can see there's a wood element, a fire element, an earth element. On the right-hand side is the flying stars for 2024. So number 4 is wood element. Now look where wood has landed in the northwest. Now I'm sitting with wood inside a metal palace. Now, a 6 and a 4 is also collaboration. It means coming together. So it's not that horrendous to have that. So it's kind of pretty much, you'll see just now in 2 slides from now when I share with you, the northwest is going to become your heavenly doctor sector for the house. So bear this in mind, a 6 and a 4. So we're going to have a collaboration there. But in the north, I want you to look at if you are gua 1, You've got earth element now coming into the water hua sector. What is going to happen if I put some earth into the water? Do you think that water is going to stay clear, or do you think that water is going to become muddy? Absolutely. Melissa, yes. Lynn, yes. It's going to become muddy. What is going to happen to my life force? It might become a little bit more muddy, right? What am I going to do? Am I going to spend a lot of time here, or am I just going to make sure that this area is nice, clean, tidy, uncluttered, unmuddy? Do you remember today? I said to you, today was the 21st. Between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, open the windows in the north. Let the fresh air come in. Let the sun shine in. Take all the stagnant chi out, because we've got 1 and 8 together. Right? Northeast. It's already an earth element, and now I've got metal coming in. Is that good or bad? In my mind, it's like, metal is going to give me the quality of being able to delve into the money. Northeast this year is going to be the wealth sector, right? It's going to be the area from where you are going to start looking at joint ventures. You're going to start looking at collaborating with people. It is more about harmoniousness. It's not a bad sector. Water now goes to the east sector, and now I am watering my wood. That's not bad, right? Now, do you remember slides, many slides ago, when I shared with you what does the specific elements do? If you can't, I hope you snapshotted that. Okay. Actions, yes. Marlisa, yes. So what actions needs to happen in the life sector is also going to be dependent on those planetary actions which I shared with you right in the beginning. And let me just grab, I'm not going to squiggle back into my slides here because I don't want to upset my apple cart here. But remember, water element was all about intellectual activities. It's about curiosity. It's about misinterpreting things, okay? Your metal element, your 6 and 7, is going to be about social activities, harmony, neediness, or I'm stuck, I've got inertia, I can't move. Your fire element is all about challenges, aggression. Who can tell me where fire element is this year? A little bit of a quiz. Nothing. The colors mean nothing, guys. Okay. Where is fire for 2024? For 2024, fire has moved where? Southwest. Yes. The colors mean nothing, guys. Okay. I just needed to show you guys where the good stuff happens. Southwest. Okay. I know that certain schools will say star 2 is the illness star, star 7 is this, star 9 is the purple star. But I'm not going to go there. This is an introductory talk about your health. Okay, now I want you to tie this back. I have a life gua. I have a life sector. I can see what actions I need to take. I'm going to either take them or I'm going to face the consequences that my health is going to start to deteriorate. Were you able to follow that? So bottom line here, I have my health. I can see what's going to happen. I have my life course sector. I now know what I'm supposed to be doing. When am I going to get sick? When am I going to get weak? When am I going to get help? I've got that. I know I should eat certain foods, avoid certain foods. I know I need to learn to listen to my body. I can now go, right, my flying stars, my life gua, everything comes into play here, and it starts to either help me or not help me. If I am not getting the help from my life gua sector, I'm going to take a good one and I'm going to highlight it for you. I know that the West is wonderful. I know that this one is not too bad. And I know this one is also not too bad. A 9 and a 7. Well, how to know in Southwest? Melissa, maybe you must just ask me a different question because I'm not quite sure what you're asking me, right? I have fire. Oh, you're asking me about the fire. You already have the earth element there. But now you're putting extra fire into the earth. It means you're going to make the earth hot. Your body is going to get too hot. Okay, so you want to just maybe keep it cool. Right, so back to this one. So now for my life gua, I've got a wood element. And now I bring water and I bring it into my wood. Do you think my wood is going to grow or do you think my wood is going to die? What is going to happen to my growth and expansion? Malisa, if you don't water your plants, do they die? Yes, but when you water them, they grow. So north is a palace. We need to ensure to have no clutters, but clean, correct. If it's cluttered, etc., what will be the impact? Stagnation, mudslides. Your body, your blood, everything becomes slow and sluggish. Why am I focusing on the north? Because we are now in 6 months of arguments, disputes, challenges, aggression from the south impacting on the north. That is why I'm hammering on the north. If you don't have the North Palace in your house, you don't have the South Palace in the north, well, it might be less dramatic for you, but if you have a Gua 9 or a Gua 1, it will still affect you whether you are missing that sector in your house or don't. So it does not matter if our life Gua happens to fall into the illness sector too, is a kind of action we take that matters. Lynn, star 2 is no longer an illness star. In period 9, star 2 has become a wealth star. So if you were sick last year, you would consider it an illness star. But this year, from this year forward for the next 20 years, it is no longer illness. It is now wealth. So if you are in this year with a health challenge, yes. But remember where are our nobles for this year is they coming from here, here, whoops, here, and here. So these 4 directions all have help this year. If I am going to block this sector with something, it means this entire line is now blocked. So that's why I said to you guys on my slides, on my activate the nobles, what happens to Guafu in the northwest? Is that root controlled by metal? No, because you've got a 6 and you've got a 4. It means you now have a collaboration and the power of 10, which literally means now you have something that is able to grow. The HER2 combination, no, it's not a HER2 combination. It's a combo 10. It's a combo 10 combination. Do I have any HER2s in this chart? No. There's no HER2 combinations here. Not between the this right now. There might be HER2 combinations later on. For those of you that do not know HER2 combinations, it is 2, 4, 6. What does it mean? It's the flying star numbers. 2 plus 4. Oh, you're asking me for flying star combinations? Guys, I'm not going to give you flying star combinations, okay? You are literally now having more earth for your wood with which it can grow. Okay, so there is more chances for you to grow, and because there's more earth, there is more accumulation, there's more assets, but you've got to make it valuable. That is the big thing here. You've got to make that grow into something valuable. Because the moment I start giving you star combinations, I'll sit here until next week, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to do that. Right. Now, my ultimate bone of contention is Sha Qi. So many people ask me, is this Sha Qi? Is this Sha Qi? I have designed an ebook for you, which when you scan this slide afterwards, that is a ebook which I offered for free a while ago. And it is now in my product section on my page. So if you want to buy my ebook, it is available for sale by scanning that. Because we are going to be looking into this from the perspective of the environmental threats is named as Sha Qi. So what is a Sha Qi? Is anything that could potentially affect your life graph. How do you see it? With eyes. You walk outside, you go, is there anything ugly? Is there anything threatening? Is there anything dead? Is there anything which looks as if I just don't feel very comfortable with it? Okay? It could potentially be a Sha Qi. What else is Sha Qi? Is anything that is directly pointing at you. When you are sitting, it is directly in front of you. It's either a pillar, it's either a sharp corner, but there are degrees of sharp corners which you take into account and other degrees of sharp corners which you don't take into account. And the reason I didn't put all of that out in here in this document is because it is a relatively thick booklet. So if you think something is Sha Qi, you can take a photo and send it to me and I'll quickly go yes or no. Okay? Right, so take your life course sector first. Look at it, go, is there anything pointing directly at me? Or is it clean? Is it tidy? Is it spacious? Is the energy able to flow in front of me, behind me? As long as it is, there's not much to worry about. This is why I said to you, remember your northwest. Now, guys, I know the next question is going to be, I live in a high-rise building. What is my facing direction? I want you just to use a little bit of where is my biggest window. If you're in a high-rise building, use your biggest window and say, my biggest window is in the north. So therefore, I can say, maybe this house is facing north. Then you use the northwest sector. Your spiritual sector is your northwest corner. Now, I cannot see here on this. Your spiritual sector is, so you're going to go, if you're in a high-rise building, quickly type for me, who lives in a high-rise building? Who lives in an apartment and not on the ground? Okay. So do you know the facing of your unit? Who does not know the facing of their units? Okay. If you do not, if your unit faces east, all right, then you can use your unit. I want you to use the northwest sector, okay? You're going to stand in the middle. You're going to determine where is your northwest inside your own apartment. Just use the northwest. That's it, okay? Because your unit, your northwest accords to star 6, and star 6 is the heavenly doctor sector. In this particular example, which I'm giving you guys here, you're going to look for the house facing direction in order to determine where is the sector you want to use for longer term benefit. So let's say, for instance, your house is facing south. You are going to be using the east sector. If your house is facing west, you would be using the north sector. If your house is facing northwest, you would be using the south sector. Sorry, guys, this screen is really small. That one is a little bit bigger. So your house is facing north, you would be using the southeast sector. House facing southwest, you're going to be using the northwest, right? House facing east, you're going to be using southwest. House facing southeast, you're going to use the northeast. House facing northeast, you are going to be using the west sector, right? Right, so these slides I will be sharing with you guys very shortly. At the end of this, I will be sharing the scan code for you for the Telegram group for this. Marlisa, you can use the window, or you can use the door, or you can stand in the center of your property and go, where is the northwest? Boom, northwest, that sector, done. So forget about the building, forget about the facing, forget about the window, forget about the door, forget about everything. You find the sector that accords with your spiritual sector, spend more time there for the ability of your house to benefit you in terms of health. It's only for long term. This can help somebody when and if they're having a panic attack. And the reason I put this in here is because the south with the fire is going to start to work with a lot of people's brains, a lot of their own intellectual powers, and it is going to mess up the thinking powers in the head. And these are 5 things that you can do to get out of an anxiety attack. Number 1, breathe deeply in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slowly you look around, you find 5 things to see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, or 2 smells that you like, and 1 emotion that you can feel. And that is called grounding. So it can help you when you feel like you've gone too far in your head, lost all control of your surroundings. And that is the quickest, easiest way. Deep in, out. 5 that I can see. 4 that I can touch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 things that I can hear. The fan, a cricket, my footsteps, okay? 2 things that I can smell. What can I smell? I can smell myself. I can smell my tea. Wonderful. I smelled stuff. 1 emotion that I can feel. Can I feel anything? Happiness, joy, sadness, grief, worry, anger, frustration. It all links back to me. So your sensory perceptions, remember what I said to you right in the beginning, each and every single person will have a different feeling as to what they are going through now. Depending what your life was going through, depending what month it is, depending what hour it is, depending what day it is, depending on where you are in your expression of your elements, depending what is happening in your flying stars, you are going to have your own feeling. You are going to have your own expression of anxiety, either up or down. So to quickly, boom, get yourself back to 0 point, these are your actions. Okay? Are you guys enjoying this so far? Shall I carry on? Because I'm about to pitch you my brilliant new program. And in a nutshell, if you are ready for the next level up, I'm going to be launching the meta codes where I'm going to be taking your personal GWA as well as your hour, your day, your month, and your year, and your luck pillar. I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how exactly you are going to be able to pinpoint with accuracy in terms of your low pan what is going to be the most beneficial for you in terms of your talents, your actions, your opportunities, your problems, mapping all of this stuff out, indicating what to focus on, what direction you can take, knowing your talents, what jobs, your industries, plus teaching you the very simple way of date selection to achieve your goals. You're going to check for realistic, unrealistic expectations. You're going to work out your own action plans, personalize your own best days and hours step by step. We're going to take the inside world, we're going to turn it out, we're going to take the outside world, we're going to turn it in. We're going to eliminate those limiting beliefs, patterns that's going to hamper you. We're going to clear some negative energies, the old wounds, the old baggage. And then last but not least, in what I have preliminary lined up in this course, is to optimize the alignment between the natural flow of yin and yang, cycles and opportunities. Okay? And if that interests you, please do join this link of Meta Health 2024 because I will be making announcements from there very, very soon. And as far as the low pan is concerned, these are all your acupuncture points. Do you know them all? Do you know where's what is hiding where? If not, then join the Meta Health 2024 code program, Meta Code, because I'm not going to teach you how to do this, but I am going to show you based on your own chart where, what, when, why, and how. Okay? Right, guys? So it was an absolute pleasure for me, and my apologies once again for all the drama of not being able to get to you guys in time, which I scheduled, but at least we got it done, right? Okay. It's an absolute pleasure. Thanks, Lynn. Any questions, just pop them into the chat box over either on Daily Meta Talk. Please don't forget to join me in Daily Meta Talk, as well as in Meta, the new program, Meta Health 2024. And I will do part 2, but this was supposed to be our introduction. I know we went a little bit more advanced, but it is what it is, right? So thank you, guys. Have a pleasant evening, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye.